Hello. Hello, good morning. For those of you who don't know me, I am Velvet Moore. I am your pastor's wife, and I am also Herschel's mom. If you've seen the cute little kid in the wheelchair rolling around, that's our little boy. He's probably back in the nursery if you want to say hi to him later. But so I just thought I would come up and do a quick brag on God testimony. From the time Herschel was, well, we'll start with a cuteness overload. How about that? For you ladies, maybe the men can bear with me. So, we knew from the time I was pregnant that Herschel had Down syndrome. And so they watched the pregnancy really close and found some things like he had a hole in his heart, things like that. So after he was born, he ended up having heart surgery and had some complications after that, and had so he has some brain injury from that, which that's the more outstanding thing with him. It's a lot more significant than the Down syndrome. We're like, Down syndrome? What's that? So anyway, just go ahead and go through the next one. So I call this one the shoes make the outfit. So cute. Okay, next. So this is what happens when you leave your baby at Grammy's house. She set up a cute little photo op. Rabbit, dog, whatever that is. So our foray into trying hearing aids hasn't always worked well. As you can see them just flopping around. Okay. So first day of school, getting on the bus. This is another Grammy photo op. He's getting some good tummy time here. Big smile. And here he is with Dad. So I know this is a brag on God, but I'm going to brag on Danny here for a minute. He is an awesome dad, you guys. I mean, you know that. Yes, he is. He takes such good care of Herschel. He's a great dad. He loves his daddy.
I didn't get to approve them.
And here he is asleep at school.
Just like Dad.
Yeah. Here's one with glasses. We've had several pairs of glasses. And so my advice is dress them up totally like cute, like grossly cute while you can before they're able to fight it off. So that's what I was doing here. He wasn't able to complain. Okay, so now we've skipped forward to March of this year. We took Herschel to the Brain Plasticity Center in Denver. We had heard about this place through one person that I heard from another person that I heard from another person. Anyway, so we went up there for a week. It took us 2 days to get there, 2 days to get back. We were there for a week. So it was a week-long intensive. And every day that we were there, we had a customized schedule of what we were going to do. Next one. So they have doctors up there who spent a lot of time, most of the time on Monday, just doing evaluations and analysis. They tracked his eye movements, watching things, and then the doctor could say, see that torsion? That's a rolling astigmatus. You know, she understood everything that was happening and how that related to the activity in his brain. And then the treatments. Now, this is what I thought was really cool, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this about the United States of America, which we love, but the healthcare system is very heavily based in pharmaceuticals, either surgeries or pharmaceuticals. But I feel like God has a lot of natural ways that He's designed our bodies to be healthy and heal themselves. And one of the things which you'll find is, ironically, in sort of the cutting edge healthcare, they're going back to some of those more natural kinds of, hey, we figured out that light, which is this around his head, and electricity, which is this on his cheek, can actually do some things to stimulate the brain and redevelop some brain connections and stimulate the nerves. Also movements. I don't know if you can tell we're doing, what's this, turtles? Mm-hmm. The turtles. where along with to a metronome, so sound, right, and movement. And this is teaching his brain and his nervous system new things. This is part of the assessment. She's checking his heart rate, just kind of pressing on his eye because autonomic responses change when you do that. So she's just testing all of his nervous system responses. This is his favorite part when we were there. They called this the rocket ship. It's a gyrostem, and they programmed in, based on his particular brain injury circumstances, Dr. K programmed in specific movements, rotating him. If you've heard, when kids are little, let them hang upside down in the jungle gym because they learn better, things like that. So he got to do upside down, backwards loops and twirls and stuff in there, and he ended up really loving it. When they would do we ended up doing 4 turns at a time, and when they stopped, he would complain, like he wanted to keep going. And another just vision, just moving his head, while he's watching these things. It's like training his eyes. And in the first few days, we really saw an improvement in his vision that was noticeable. Here we are in the hyperbaric oxygen chamber again. Barometric pressure, elevated oxygen levels, probably more like what the world was before the flood. I just feel like the Lord designed the earth and our bodies to be healthy and to be in harmony. And one of the things that they've discovered with hyperbaric oxygen treatments is that what it does is it stimulates the body to repair areas of damage. So the FDA recognizes this, and insurance pays for this. If you have, I know one person who had mold in her house, and she had to go get these treatments to recover from that. If you have bad burns, they may put you in here. There's, obviously if divers come up too fast from diving, they get in here. So there's known applications, but, and if you ever hear of anyone, like a near drowning child, if you know of that, you tell them, get them into the hyperbaric oxygen chamber as soon as possible, because there's a lot of studies that show that there can be sort of miraculous recovery if you get them in there quick after that. So this is our last day there, and we're just posing for a picture. And while we were here, so one of the things is, like I said, it's all these natural things I feel like are important for us to understand and consider when we're looking at healthcare. And I feel like the Lord had led us there from one thing or another. Everything just lined up, and you guys were gracious enough to let Danny go for 2 Sundays in a row. And but while we were here, we got a text message or something that we were losing our nurse. So Herschel has a full-time nurse, or had a full-time nurse with us at home, who was going to school with him during the day. So although that was like tragic news, which I would have otherwise completely stressed out about, I really felt this like crazy peace. Like, I'm like, okay, God's up to something. He's doing something. And I was almost kind of excited about it. I'm like, this is too much of a coincidence. We're here, we're learning all these things. They showed us all these therapies. The kind of prescription was do these 3 times a day. And I thought, how in the world? And now we're losing our nurse. But when we got back, we were really talking about it, praying about it, and decided at that time, well, Danny's going to go ahead and leave his daytime job at the City of Garwood so he can focus on ministry with you guys and take care of Herschel during the day. So he's home with Herschel most of the time during the day. We do have some nursing help, but I just feel like it was God's timing for that. And I just wanted to thank the church, because you guys have always been so gracious, so friendly and loving and generous. And that's the reason why we're able to have the situation that we have now. going forward. So if this like piqued your interest and you didn't get enough Herschel cuteness, he does have a channel on YouTube that his mom set up for him. We don't make any money off of it or anything, so I'm not like trying to get your dollars. But if you go on YouTube and just search for Herschel Smiles, you'll find his YouTube channel. And it has videos from when we were in Denver. It also has some videos at home, Dad and Herschel in the pool, and some fun over the course of his life videos and stuff. So is there anything else you wanted to add to that, or anything else you want to say?
No, I just reiterate, we appreciate the support the church gives us and the prayers, and we love y'all. Nothing else beyond that.
I guess I would just quickly add, because of the momentous court decision on Friday, I know that most Christians are high-fiving in the church hallways this morning about that, but having been through such a difficult pregnancy, and we were confronted head-on over and over and over again with the the culture in healthcare that has been, how do you want to manage this pregnancy? You need to decide how you want to manage this pregnancy. You only have to 20 weeks to decide how you want to manage this pregnancy. And you know me, I'm a very non-confrontational person. At some point, I was like, we're going to have this baby. I was so tired of it, but I just want to encourage everyone to approach this in a very sober way. The country needs us. They need Jesus. They need the Lord. And just being through that difficult pregnancy myself, I can empathize with women, parents who are in distress when making difficult decisions and trying to figure out how their life's going to work. So let's pray for them. Let's mobilize. Let's be ready to be there for them and support them. So
Amen.
Thank you again.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Velvet. Appreciate that. I need to vet the photos a little better next time. That was good. It could have been worse, yeah. I better not make her mad.